Welcome back to BGCTV. I am Elizabeth.
And I'm Kelly, and today we have an extra special theme. We are talking about deep sea exploration.
It is crazy to think that there's so much more in the sea than just what we hear about all the time.
There are many more animals in the ocean, like dolphins and whales and sharks, but luckily today we are talking about the many creatures you can find in the deep sea.
This might be a little scary, so if it is too scary for you, please skip past it. To start, Kelly, can you tell us about the first one?
Yes, the first one is a giant spider crab. They spend their time on ocean floors and can measure up to 12 feet. They're mostly found in Japan, so you most likely won't have to worry about them.
Wow, those sound scary and big. I can tell you about the next one, which is the fang-toothed fish. These are found in some of the deepest parts of the ocean at about 16,000 feet. They only get about 6 inches, but have super sharp, scary teeth.
Wow, those are scary. The next one is the Pacific viperfish. Want to tell us about it, Elizabeth?
Yes, the Pacific viperfish is really creepy. They have very sharp, jagged teeth that are so big that it can't even close its mouth. They like to be in the deep ocean at about 13,000 feet below the surface, and they find their prey with lights that illuminate their bellies. Want to tell us about the last one, Kelly?
Wow. The last one we're talking about is the goblin shark. They have 50 teeth in their mouth. I can't believe that. But these sharks like to be in the deep sea, lurking around the bottom of the ocean floor. So we luckily probably don't need to worry about these ones either.
We will never see these creepy creatures in our life because they are very deep underwater. But today we are interviewing someone who has lived on a submarine, who has probably seen a few of these creepy creatures.
Deep underwater, it is very, very dark. You need something that will help you see all the scary fish so you can swim away. What you need is a flashlight. Well, my underwater flashlight is the best in the business. It can help you see super far away. It uses these intense LED lights to shine a light underwater. Quick warning though, this is not waterproof. You have to put it in a bag or else it will definitely break and it's useless at that point. Well, but don't worry, all my pirates out there, my flashlights are only 40 gold coins, which is basically a steal, which I'm sure you're used to that. Buy it now, before they all sell out.
Welcome, Isabella.
Hi.
Isabella, can you tell us about how you ended up living on a submarine?
Sure, I always wanted to study ocean animals. I thought the best way to study ocean life would be to live in the ocean.
Wow, what a cool idea. What was it like living on a submarine?
It can get pretty boring, and you have to make sure you're prepared because you can't just go to the store whenever you need something.
That's a good point. What did you do on the submarine each day?
I worked with the crew to keep the ship running every day. When I wasn't on duty, I was reading books or playing ping pong.
Sounds pretty fun. Was it ever dangerous to live on a submarine?
Not really. We had a good crew that would work together to keep us safe.
That's good. Before you came on, Kelly and I were talking about some of the scary creatures that live deep in the ocean. Did you ever see any of the creatures?
Yes, I saw a lot of creepy creatures when I lived on the submarine. I was glad I wasn't outside and not out in the water with them.
I can imagine. Can you tell us anything about why those creatures are so different from the other cute ocean animals like dolphins and sea otters?
I don't know. As a crew member, I was too busy to study the animals. Maybe you guys can teach me about them.
That's a great idea. We're going to take a break, but we'll be back later with Isabella to learn more about these deep sea creatures.
Living life on the ocean is something that many people want. They want to live on a big boat in the middle of the ocean. But have you ever imagined what it would be like to live under the surface of the water? What would it feel like to never have to go back up for air, or never see any or need sunlight? Today, let's explore what life under the ocean would truly feel like. When you first start getting in the water to swim, you feel like you're weightless. But as you go deeper, that changes. When you're out swimming and you start going as far down as you can go, you can start to feel the pressure in your ears, that loud ringing in your ears that you feel. But once you start passing 33 feet below the ocean, you can truly feel the effects of the ocean pressure on you. And I'm not just talking about the pressure from society. There's enough pressure to start to crush objects like plastic or wood into a ball, though this ball you would not want to use to play basketball with. Humans cannot survive deep underwater. If we can't survive underwater, then how can some animals, like this blobfish, survive underwater? Well, to start, most animals can make their own pretty little lights down in the deep ocean because the sunlight doesn't reach down there. The light looks like those glow sticks you get for Halloween or for any other occasion where you just want to lighten up the mood. Fish like this lanternfish have their whole body glow, which makes them look super cool. How do these fish survive the tons of pressure that they experience day to day? Well, they have good therapists. No, on a more serious note, they survive the ocean's pressure by not having an air bladder, like most fish closer to the surface have. This air bladder is what makes fish float. Most, if not all, the fish that live deep sea don't need to have this air bladder, which makes them super smart because they're not airheads. That's all the time I have to teach you about living deep in the ocean. Next, we will move on to Kaylee with the wellness tip of the day.
What's up, guys? Today I want to talk to you guys about scuba divers. Scuba divers are so cool and they explore the deepest, coolest places of our ocean. Scuba divers have those big oxygen tanks on their backs with the really cool mouthpiece and stuff. They look super cool and they do some awesome things. But there are so many things you have to do safely to scuba dive. Here are some of them. When a scuba diver is using their mouthpiece and tank, they have to breathe in and out normally. If you hold your breath, the air in your lungs expands and it could end up not so pretty. Scuba divers have to always remember to only dive within their limits. It is very easy to be peer pressured into diving farther down while you are underwater. In fact, don't let anyone peer pressure you. Not just when you are diving. If you are not comfortable with something and you don't want to do it, don't let your friends pressure you into it. You have the right to say no. So don't ever be afraid to say no or to change a location or time to dive if you are not comfortable. Make sure you are physically and mentally prepared before each dive. It is very important to have your heart rate calm and your breathing very under control before you enter the water. A diver also has to raise slowly when finished the dive. If a diver rises too quickly, the impact and elevation can affect their breathing devices and the oxygen can get in their brains and it can injure them. So if you ever want to be a scuba diver, don't forget to always be mentally and physically prepared and aware. Thanks for joining me for today's wellness tip, and don't forget to smile. Bye, guys.
Even the scary fish down in the deep blue sea get scared of the dark. And luckily for them, we have made bioluminescent nightlights. While there are many things that are bioluminescent underwater, like these beautiful jellyfish behind me, these nightlights utilize glowing fungus to keep the darkness away. So if you're underwater and worried about the dark, we've got your back.
Hi kids, welcome back. We are back with our friend Isabella, who has a few questions about deep sea creatures.
Hi, Isabella. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me back. My first question is, why are deep sea animals different from regular sea animals?
Well, Isabella, that is a good question. Deep sea animals have to live in a very cold, dark, and high pressure environment. They have changed in order to be able to survive down there.
What are some differences they have?
Well, some have to make their own light, so they have what's called bioluminescence in order to see, but some are totally blind.
Some are really terrifying, and some are absolutely beautiful because that is just how they survive.
What is one of your your favorite deep sea animals?
My favorite is the Yeti crab. They're yellow and they look like fluffy crabs. They're seriously so cool.
My favorite is the cockatoo squid. It is like an invisible squid that lights up to see in the deep sea. They're really neat creatures.
Wow, sounds awesome. Thank you for teaching me about deep sea animals.
Thank you for coming.
That's it for us today. Be sure to check out the links and get fit by doing Pound with Becky.
And learn to make lots of cool things like slime with Sim, a periscope with Kelly, and a submarine with Cammy.
And don't forget to leave a comment below if you have any other questions about deep sea exploration. See you tomorrow.
Bye!